two teams are playing for history, a 41st District Championship, all now on the Game of the Week.
David Tolles is killing our service department. What's his secret?
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. David Tolles will be that man, better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. Take your car to anyone else? David Tolles Auto Pro on Duncan Road.
The basketball season is like a good book or a movie. It starts out with the preseason, building some characters. You get to the middle of the regular season, trying to see who you are and getting that story built for the season. And then it's all about the ending. What's it going to be like for the two teams? Who's going to win a championship? We're going to find that all out right now. Hello and welcome to the 41st District Tournament Championship Game Edition with the ladies, Franklin County, the Lady Flyers, and Western Hills Lady Wolverines. I'm Glenn Waltrip, joined by Jim Tyree. And take a look right here at what's going on. You've got the 1 seed Franklin County has moved out to the finals, playing the 3 seed Western Hills. A big upset, pulling it off over Woodford County. And Jim, these two teams have battled 2 other times this year. Franklin County 2 easy wins, but seems like strange things sort of happen in tournament time. And how did they really get here? It was solid play by Franklin County. We knew who they were. Western Hills to upset 27 of 28 from the free throw line.
We've seen some great basketball through this district tournament here in the 41st District, and Western Hills came in with a game plan and said, you know what, Chelsea Ford is a great player. We know she is from Woodford County. We're going to let her get hers, and somebody else is going to have to beat us. And Woodford County couldn't come up with anybody else that would take it away from Western Hills. So they are now going to use that game plan against Franklin County. Do you let Naylene White go and worry about the other weapons that Joey Thacker has? That's going to be interesting. Who do you key on if you're Western Hills? It's a tough task, but as you said, district tournament time, whole different ball game. Everybody is 0-0 when they start, and right now Western Hills is undefeated.
Let's talk about Western Hills just a moment. We mentioned last game, Mackenzie Ritchie's always key. She's the point guard, the coach's daughter. She handles it, she scores, she's consistent. But Taylor Slade's got to play big for them to be big and win games, and she was huge with 20 the other night.
It was a tough first half for her, but like a good player, like a great player does, they respond in other ways. They do different things. She played great defense. She got big-time rebounds. She did the things underneath that she had to do besides scoring. Then second half rolls around. She's putting points up all over the place. She hits a couple of threes. Her confidence grows. She helped her team get a win with big-time play in the second half. She'll have to come up big with 2 halves today against Franklin County.
And Franklin County, you talk about it, everybody says they're so youthful, but they are 23-6. They are ranked top 10 in the state. They've played a great schedule. But all that youth, it all sort of rounds into form with the one senior on the floor, Naylene White. She's their leader. She makes them go.
It's like they just reload. There's never a rebuilding process at Franklin County. They just reload, and they've got so many weapons on the floor. That's what's going to be tough for Buddy Ritchie's team today. Who do you stop? Where do you go to cut off the head of the monster? You're talking about a 5-headed monster when you're talking about Franklin County, and they do all the tools well. They rebound. They defend. They're very, very good in the open court. They're very quick. They're very speedy. But the thing they do the best is get out in transition. Almost every highlight we're seeing here with Naylene White, she's out in transition, getting ahead of the defense and getting the easy bucket. Franklin County will press it very hard against a team like Western Hills that they think they're faster than.
Buddy Ritchie's Wolverines 16-11. Joey Thacker's Lady Flyers 23-6. 2 meetings this year. Western Hills lost both 58-24, 71-34. But that's the regular season. It doesn't matter anymore. 41st District Tournament Championship game tip-off in just a moment.
When the Sealy factory's backed up with extra inventory, guess where they go to move it? Mattress and More. Right now during our Sealy closeout event, get limited quantity Sealy sets for pennies on the dollar. And when they're gone, they're gone. Special purchase pillow top queen sets, $2.99. Sealy with gel cooling foam queen sets, $3.97. And save over $800 on Sealy Plus Euro pillow top queen set, $4.98. Plus get up to 60 months interest free with free same-day delivery. Ends Monday at Mattress and More.
Let's tip for history. 41st District Tournament Championship game ready to go. Malika Frank going up against Taylor Slade. County controls, and we are underway. 32 minutes from a trophy and cutting down some nets. Had a little delay getting started because one of the nets didn't cooperate. Had to get a new one up.
Western Hills opens up in a 2-3. They're going to make Franklin County shoot over them and hit some outside shots before they bust them out of there.
And they want to stay away from the pressure that County can provide. Richie's going to need help. They're going to bring Slade to the top a lot to help out. But, yeah, you're right, Buddy Richie said we're going to go zone and try to make them beat us from the perimeter, but you can't turn it over. It allows County to get in transition. Rebecca Cook with the first basket of the game.
She almost lost that, but was able to regain composure and get the layup. But it all started with Herod. She picked up her dribble. Naylene White brings the pressure out. She throws it away. Got to keep your dribble. That's most important.
Richie tried to split the defenders. It was tipped away. Stewart goes to the floor. Western Hills will get the ball, but again, not a good sign starting us out as the pressure bothering Western Hills on their first two possessions.
Western Hills is going to have to devise something to bring somebody up to give the guards help because the pressure is way out on the floor. Bring somebody up to give them help.
They talked about using Slade to do that against the full court pressure, but here in the half court, it's really been bothersome. Bad pass stolen away by Frank. Frank 1-on-2, splits the defenders, lays it in.
That's just textbook right there. The defender shied away from her. She splits them, goes right to the hoop, gets the layup. And here's another turnover. No, they're going to say it was tipped
away, but Western Hills really out of sync. Richie bothered back here by the pressure, gets a good screen. And now we'll try to attack, splits the defenders, back tapped, but I think Rebecca Cook will be whistled for the foul.
Actually, I think they're going to get Stewart here for reaching in. Let's see who they call the foul. It's going to be Princess Stewart. Right at the very end there, she reached in, but her shoulder gave a nice little body block to Richie, and that's where they call the foul. Slade is not going to do you any good down in the corner. She's waiting for an open three down there. She's not going to do you any good. You have to bring her out, get her involved in the offense up top because the pressure, she's never going to see the basketball.
Another bad pass thrown away, that one from Leachman. Frank again, second steal already, she pushes. Into the paint. Maybe some contact there. It looked like from this angle shielded a bit, but shot off the mark.
I like the way Kimber Sutton has played defense in this tournament so far. You're talking about just a freshman. I think she's played very, very well for her age. Defensively, she was a big part of the win.
There's Buddy Ritchie. Saw him, and he was giving some instruction to his daughter, the point guard, LaKenzie. Kilborn knifing in, shot up no good. Frank rebound, and she was fouled on the floor. And it looks like a different Malika Frank here in this championship game. She struggled in the first round game. You can see the shot block there, but Frank goes up and gets it. She really struggled. She was sort of in the doghouse of Joey Thacker. The Slade gets the steal on the inbound, and Frank has really picked up her energy here in this first 2.5, 3 minutes of this one.
Kimber Sutton got that block a moment ago, right when I brag on her. She says, I'll show them what you're talking about. Great defensive play. Now, again, Sutton way out on the high post. The pressure comes way up top. They've got to find the open man.
Going to have a travel on the baseline against Leachman.
They had a problem in the semifinal against Woodford County with picking up the pivot foot before they put their dribble down. How many times did we see that call made, Glenn? Probably 8, 9?
There was a lot of travel calls in that game, and White in the corner. Three, no good, but rebound, put back and in by Princess Stewart.
If you're going to play a 2-3 zone and you're going to pack it in, make somebody shoot over you, you got to get a rebound. You have got to block out on the inside. Sutton is somebody that can block out well. Here we're going to have a foul, I think, but Sutton is somebody that can block out well. Slade can block out well. Got to find somebody else to seal off the backside. That rebound was short, and that's the reason Franklin County was able to get it.
Franklin County showing a little zone here that they've played, and it's bothered Western Hills because it's not just one of those zones that's packing it in. They're out aggressive. Slade for three, off the mark. Nice rebound weak side by Kilborn, and now she'll push.
And they made her shoot from about 23, 24 feet.
Tough shot in. Deja Kilborn, and Buddy Ritchie says, I've seen enough. Let's get a timeout. 8-0. Franklin County. Deja Kilborn, rebound, coast to coast, tough left-hand shot in. It's 8-0 Franklin County.
You won't be sorry.
Well,
I got the job.
Sorry, Dad. I gotta run.
One more thing, son. I'm proud of you.
FPB is here for you. Broadband, cable, and local phone. Stay connected for life's special moments.
The Frankfort Convention Center 41st District Tournament Girls Championship Game. Glenn Waltrip, Jim Tyer, the entire FPB crew. Of course, we want to thank our other sponsors, Mattress & More and David Toll's Tire Pros. And here comes the 2-3 trap that Franklin County loves to do out of timeouts. They sit back, you don't think anything about it, you cross half court, and here comes White and Stewart to try to just get after you. And it was a kick ball, but this defense is just really bothering Western Hills.
Well, they force you to do one of two things. You either pick up your dribble and they trap you at that point, or you throw the ball. You pass a little earlier than what you wanted to.
Frank intended the pass there for Naleen White too high.
It's all about angles, much like a hockey goalie. When you trap somebody, you're coming in to shut off all the angles. Do not allow the pass to come out by shutting down all the angles that the ball can make it through.
Now sort of a 1-2-2 look in the three-quarter with Frank at the top. This time broken pretty easily by Western Hills. Ritchie in traffic, shot up short, and then a foul on Leachman as she went up and got a piece of the arm of Deja Kilborn.
She had such a great game against Woodford County. Big part of the win, and just has not been able to find her groove early on in this one.
We've played almost 4 minutes. The county defense pitching a shutout. 2-3 zone from Western Hills into the middle there. Cook maybe got away with the travel, missed, got her own rebound, lost it. Now we're going to get a foul away from the ball. Is that going to be on Cook? That will be on Rebecca Cook, her second.
Fighting hard for the basketball. Once it hit the floor and the high bounce, she went over a Western Hills player to try and get that ball.
Buddy Ritchie in his first year, and what a job has he done here. 16-11, he gets the win in the first round of the district to advance to, of course, this championship game and the 11th region tournament. And he's got to get some thought, I would think, for Coach of the Year in the 11th region, but so many great teams, including this one on the floor they're playing. Joey Thacker has done one of his better jobs with a very young team, and there the shot missed by Samantha Roberts, now lost out of bounds. It will stay with Franklin County. But these two coaches, you look at the records and the schedule, of course, that Franklin County's played under Joey Thacker is unbelievable. 23-6. They played in the LIT. They've played E-Town. They've played Sacred Heart. They've played them all. He will get some consideration for 11th Region Coach of the Year. I would think Buddy Ritchie will get some consideration as well. Of course, Scott County's good. Lafayette's good. It's always a very competitive region. Aristea in the game and does what she does.
That's
knocks
her game.
Down a three.
That's exactly right. We talked about her the other night when they won their first game and how she is a three-point specialist. But this year her defense has gotten better, and if she gets the passing down, she's going to be a major weapon in years to come.
Going to get a substitution here after the bad pass led to the tie-up. And Buddy Ritchie's going to get his daughter for a minute, try to calm her down, as he did not like how she has run the offense thus far. And in her defense, it's not easy playing this type of pressure.
And if Aristea stays in the game and is just camping out on that wing, she'll shoot Western Hills. They'll have to come out of that 2-3 zone before all is said and done. That's what Joey Thacker's hoping for.
There's another three. Doesn't get the bounce, but Frank weak side rebound, put back good.
Just too strong. So many weapons. One person misses, another person picks them up and completes the play on a second chance opportunity.
Almost stolen away. Now it is knocked away by Stewart out of bounds, and it will go to Franklin County.
Franklin County is shutting down all avenues. There is nowhere for Western Hills to go, and when they think they have something, it closes off extremely quickly.
One of the banners knocked down here courtside. Got a couple of subs in the game. Savannah Courtney in for
we saw that
Franklin County.
Glenn, I'm sorry. We saw that series a moment ago where Western Hills actually got into a half-court set. But did you see the passing? It was huge cross-court passing that is so easily intercepted. You can't allow them, the Franklin County defenders would not allow them to make short passes.
Alexis True came in for Ritchie, gets the nice steal there, but just being hounded by Naylene White. Herod is tripped by Kilbourne, and she will have the ball out of bounds under her own basket. It was before the shot attempt. Looked like she was going to pull up, but tripped beforehand.
Another look at it as she trips over the foot of Kilbourne. Nothing malicious there. Just trying to set up and deny Herod the penetration into the paint and didn't get over in time. Oh, got away with a walk.
And that steal, just a disastrous start for Western Hills, and you've got to credit Franklin County. Kilbourne to the basket, no good. Slade rebound. Looked to be quite a bit of contact on the layup attempt.
I thought Sutton did a great job of going straight up, not allowing her hands to come over.
Man shot no good. Courtney rebound, look ahead, and here's the run out. Naylene White had been scoreless. She has her first.
As soon as that ball hit the front of the rim and you knew it was going to be a miss, Naylene White allowed her teammates to get the rebound. She turned around. She's already off to the races at that point ahead of everybody else.
Full timeout, we'll take it. 1:29 left first quarter. 15-0 County with the rout.
Furniture Liquidators St. Patrick's Day sale is happening now, and everything's on sale. Bedroom groups, including dresser, mirror, chest, and headboard. Now a $4.99 St. Patrick's Day hot buy. Bonded leather chase sectional or two-piece sofa and love seat, just $6.98. Plus big savings on Sealy Gel Series. Luxury firm queen sets with gel foam and more are $3.99 with 12 months free financing, extra discounts for cash, and free layaway. Only at Furniture Liquidators.
Watch Naylene White ahead of the defense here, Glenn. She got turned around as soon as that ball, she realized there's going to be a miss. She knows her teammates are going to get the rebound. She is way ahead of everybody else because she turned as soon as the miss happened.
They go from defense to offense as quick as flipping a light switch, this Franklin County Flyer bunch, and right now they are just dominating. Slade's three well short. Saved by Herod, but to Aristia, and here comes Franklin County on the attack. Nice look ahead. Frank, tough catch and lay in.
Starting to showcase her skills now. That was amazing.
That was a good pass in traffic, and I don't think folks at home just know how tough a catch and shot that is. There's a double dribble. Disastrous first 7 minutes for Buddy Ritchie and the Lady Wolverines. Look at this look ahead here, and this catch, 1-2 layup. It's not as easy as that was made to look by Malika Frank.
And if you're not used to that offense, if you're not used to what Joey Thacker wants out of the transition, then the player's natural tendency is to come down on both feet, put the dribble down, and put the ball up off the glass. Malika Frank did none of that. She kept her feet, 1-2, kept the ball up, got it off the glass, and got the bucket.
Ritchie back into the game, gets the ball knocked away from Stewart. Now Western Hills on the attack. Ball kicked out of bounds, and we only keep up with points fouls over here with our book. I'm going to venture a guess, and folks at home can rewind the DVR and see or look at the stats. I don't know if Western Hills has got more than 4 shots attempted in this quarter yet.
I would agree with that. They've got double the turnovers than they do attempted field goals.
Hortonberry into the game, over. Ritchie, 3-ball, right as we talk about them not getting a shot attempt, they get an attempt and their first bucket.
And that was great ball movement. Now, Franklin County had the defense had come back a little bit, they sloughed off, if you will, and allowed Western Hills to get some ball movement around the perimeter. Great ball movement, and great passing got the basket.
And there's great ball movement in the half court. Aristia knocks down the mid-range jumper, and what a quarter for Franklin County. 19-3, the Lady Flyers. One of the top teams in the state, and they're proving that they think they're the top team in the 41st District, dominating the Wolverines. We're at the break.
It's illegal.
It's unsafe.
It kills.
Watch the ball movement here. The pass by Nayleen White, finding the open man. She didn't necessarily just come down and start a play. She's always looking for the open man. And at that time, Aristia was on the left wing with nobody around her. The defense of Western Hills, they were just happy to get back on defense, Glenn, and they had went too far under the goal. Aristia's wide open.
2-3 zone for us, actually a 3-2 zone here for Franklin County. Skip pass right to Aristia, making her presence felt. The moment she come in the game with the three, you saw the mid-range jumper there, now gets the steal on defense. And this is just textbook right now from Franklin County. Pull up, Kilborn, good.
She may have the best mid-range game of anybody else on this Franklin County team. From about 15 to 12, she's almost money. That's a great shot she has.
Slade well off the mark there. Air ball on the three-point attempt. Kilborn with the rebound and pushing it up. Courtney back to Kilborn, and now Nayleen White. A little out of control, lost it, picked up by Western Hills. Good hustle getting to the floor. I believe that was Taylor Vance who's into the game. Richie will direct some traffic, 21-3. It's like a football game here.
Yep, and again, Hortonberry in with the shot there, but Glenn, but the defense has backed down. They're really taking that defense back toward the free throw line. Joey Thacker calling off some of the dogs, I think.
Aristia air ball went off of Princess Stewart out of bounds, and we'll go back to Western Hills. Lauren Willard into the game for the Flyers, and Frank back in replacing Aristia.
Now, Nayleen White has crept up to the half-court line here and may give True some pressure as she gets into the half-court set. Let's see where they go.
They're showing a 1-3-1 in the half-court, and she's just pressuring the ball up near half-court. But, yeah, it's a 1-3-1 look with White at the point. And just an unforced error as Taylor Vance didn't look the ball into her hands, lost it. Turnover, Western Hills.
The way Western Hills right now is looking, they're looking every time they get the basketball, they're expecting a Lady Flyer to be right in their grill. And it's causing them to have a little bit of the fumble-ritis.
Frank, shot in traffic, no good. Now Richie will push it up 1-on-4. I think Richie's got to feel like there's 7 or 8 white jerseys out there at times tonight the way they've pressured her with the basketball.
Boy, Kayla Hortonberry is not afraid to pull the trigger. She is shooting from anywhere on the floor. Problem is she just hasn't hit anything yet.
Tough shot in traffic, White, no good. Taken away there by Willard. Actually, it's going to be a jump ball as she and Slade battled for it.
White got that ball caught on her hip. I don't know if you saw that. Just a little bit of hesitation. Had it on her hip as she went into the air, and it caused her to change the shot a little bit.
Step in, shot no good by Kilborn. Rebound cleared by Slade.
She didn't square up. She was shooting from the side that time. Didn't square up. She squares up on that. I think she probably hits that shot.
Richie in traffic, maybe lost control of the ball, regained it enough to get the shot up. Didn't fall for her. Slade step in, shot no good, but then she's fouled. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's just trying to play some man-up defense after it's help side, really, as she comes up to take her buddy's place after Slade drives around, and it was all caused by the offensive rebound. It was a good job that time by Roberts to out-battle Frank for the rebound, give it off to Slade, and Slade's already around the defense at that point.
Slade hits them both, and if you remember back to the first-round game, Western Hills goes 27 of 28 from the free throw line, 2 of 2 here tonight. Down 21-5, that's a travel on Nayleen White.
And I believe there's not been very many turnovers. I think that's only their second turnover in this game.
It's been close to perfect for the Lady Flyers from our vantage point. I'm sure Joey Thacker will think maybe he can find some things to pick out to talk about they need to work on. But that first quarter and nearly 3 minutes into this second has been all Franklin County.
Vance got that basketball outside of the paint, so somebody at home, we talked about not putting the dribble down when you get the pass inside. Somebody at home might be thinking, well, what's the difference for Vance on that play? She's a little bit outside of the lane. I think it's a little bit different. She's allowed to put that dribble down to get closer. What I thought she did very smartly was she was putting one dribble down, brought it right back up, and went to the goal with the shot. The defense was fooled by that, went into her, and she gets the foul call.
21-6 zone defense from Western Hills. They've been in the zone all night, trying to pressure the perimeter. Shot off the mark by Stewart. Slade with the rebound.
And Slade's starting to box out like she did the other night. She's getting a lot of rebounds. Franklin County only getting one look instead of the 2 and 3 that they got in the first quarter.
And pressure of the basketball there. Naylene White chases it down. It's going to be a turnover off, I guess, a deflection of Franklin County, so it's Western Hills ball. But Frank pressuring the ball is just fierce. She's long, she's athletic, and just now at the point of this trap, really causing problems for anyone she's near.
Western Hills was going to be content to let that go out of bounds, and she never gave up on that basketball.
Slade, step in, shot, won't go, and then she goes over the back. Or was that Roberts? I believe it was Slade. It was Slade.
Yeah, it's Slade. Just a little frustration. It's easy to get that frustration when you put up that shot from about 10 feet. It rolls all the way around and comes back off at the same point that you put it up on. Easy to get some frustration there, especially when things just haven't went your way.
Some token pressure out there from Jenna Harrod. Now she'll back all the way up, and Western Hills will get back in their zone. Nice ball movement, Aristia, splash.
She can shoot you out of a zone so fast. It is amazing how dead-eye she is from the outside.
And really that's all set up by great spacing and good ball movement. They got the ball to the high post there to Frank, kicked it immediately out to the wing, and Aristia steps into it beautifully, and it is just really, this is a pretty impressive display of basketball. That one off the mark, Cook with the rebound.
Herod went out a little bit more on her that time, did not give her the space.
High-low, shot up good, and the foul.
Now this is our stat here has Franklin County with 6 turnovers. It's been 3 or 4 of them that have been unnoticed. If grant me the liberty there, but 13 turnovers for Western Hills, and that number continues to climb. Another offensive rebound.
Rebound chased down by Frank on the Cook miss, and like Western Hills getting to the point now, let's get to the locker room and try to get this half over with and regroup. Cook, 3-ball corner short. You can see that one off the mark right as she let it go. Roberts had it, lost it, now will kick it back out, and finally Western Hills will come on the attack. Great defense right there. Nobody overcommits. White keeps her hands up. Now she gets out and runs the floor. And that was some contact, no call by the officials.
Again, Kimber Sutton, for a freshman, has done a really good job of going straight up and showing the officials that she's trying not to have undue contact and get the foul call.
Princess Stewart rebounds the missed shot. It would not go. 26-6. Playing for a district championship, 1-3-1. White pressuring the ball. Ritchie directing some traffic. And there you just got to be ready to start being to catch and shoot. The defense comes at you so quickly, you've got to get your feet ready before the ball gets there so you really can pull the trigger when you can.
A lot of times, Western Hills is having to battle off a bad pass. They're having to recover. They're having to get their hands securely on the basketball after it comes at them at a bad angle.
It's going to be a reach in on Ritchie.
And Western Hills right now, you can see it in their eyes. It's like we can't do anything right here. They're trying to find something to go their way, and that question goes largely unanswered.
Stewart shot no good. Slade with another rebound. And you're right, just the look on the face, it's like a look of resignation from Western Hills here now. Down 20 in this second quarter. Roberts 3 balls short, and a lot of air balls tonight.
Yeah, they're not on
Western
target.
Hills.
It's if they're rushing their
nice
shot a little
pass
bit.
from Stewart to White, but she traveled before she could get the ball up to the basket.
Fumbled it a little bit, but when the pass came to her, caused her to shuffle her feet. Official right there.
Stewart just reaches in and takes it from Sutton. It's a jump ball, and it will stay with this side of the floor in Western Hills, but just every pass, there's somebody there in a white jersey.
Franklin County had all their defense down at that end of the floor, and Richie hurries the basketball. The long pass up the floor confuses me. You don't have as many of your teammates needed to go against that defense. You're 3-on-5 at that point.
Slade misses the 3, but Sutton there for the rebound and the stick back, and 26-8.
Nice job of battling for the rebound, the offensive glass. Anytime you get second and third opportunities, the percentages go up.
High post, nice kick out. Cook for 3. That's short. Box out went off of Frank. Oh, we're going to get a foul.
I'm going to say Frank got a little bit of a shoulder block in there.
Fouls number 3, Frank. Our first, team 7.
Stia's going to come back in. Again, the three-point specialist. Her defense has improved. Looking to improve the passing capability.
We saw her hit a mid-range jumper here earlier in this game as well. Thacker doesn't go deep to the bench. He plays typically 7 at the most. Aristide's the only one off the bench who gets a lot of playing time.
We've seen a lot of Savannah Courtney a little bit in this
Willard
tournament.
and Courtney get some. So he can go 8 or 9 deep, but he prefers to keep it to his main 6. And I can understand why, seeing them out here play as they have.
Well, there's nobody that's going to give you a better defensive presence than Nayleen White. So really the only time she would come out of the game is if she's just getting a breather.
Frank to the basket, draws the foul. And she's been in attack mode offensively and defensively since the ball was tapped. She's gotten after it tonight.
She more than the rest, but they all have been. It's get the basketball up the floor and attack the rim. We've seen this all season long from Franklin County. And really, the only time that they have had problems this season is when they face teams that do the same thing. When teams also go right at the rim, attack the rim aggressively, that's when Franklin County might run into some problems.
Frank hits 1 of 2.
Joey Thacker will tell you, I'm going to run them up and down the floor. If the shots fall, we're going to beat you by 40. If they don't, we're going to look like 7th and 8th graders.
Well, they're up 17 right now, 27-10, 1:20 left in the first half. We'll step away. You're watching the 41st District Tournament Championship game from the Frankfort Convention Center on FPB TV. Western Hills basketball team struggling here in this first half, but the band, hey, they're always having a good time. With us here on the 41st District Tournament Championship game, Glenn Walter, Jim Tyree, the entire crew. I want to thank everyone here at the Frankfort Convention Center for making this a wonderful week. It's a perfect venue for basketball. Great hospitality room. They've all been wonderful. We appreciate all the hospitality.
And we get more of the 11th region right here.
11th region's played right here. Both of these teams will advance, and you'll see their games right here on FPB TV. And, of course, the week following that, if you like the NAI women's basketball game, well, the national championship tournament's right here. So the Frankfort Convention Center is your one-stop shop for some good basketball here in the capital city. And I urge everyone to come down, check out the games live, watch them here, of course, at home. But come down live, support these young ladies in next week's regional tournament, boys and girls. And then, of course, in the NAI women's tournament, it's just a great event for our community. It boosts the economy, the restaurants, the hotels. Everybody benefits from it. So come be a part of this whole event. Robin Antonucci and her crew have done a great job here. And we've talked about it, Jim, throughout the tournament. From the parquet floor to the logos to the chairback seats to the music, the PA, the bands, the hospitality room. A perfect venue. And I'll get on my soapbox now and say, hey, let's try to get the girls' Sweet 16 away from Bowling Green and get it here in the capital city sometime.
I would agree with that. I would go along with that. But I'll tell you this, I wish you mentioned the floor. You mentioned how everything's done, hospitality room. This floor just for basketball. Mm-hmm. I wish I'd have had an opportunity to play here.
It's unbelievable.
This is one of the better places to play, I think, in the state of Kentucky as far as basketball. Just going out there, shooting the rock, I would have loved to have played here.
And trust me, he doesn't shoot the rock very well. You see the leading scorers. They are shooting it a little better. Richie, the leading scorer, with 3 for Western Hills. Aristia with 8. And you don't want to play horse against any of these ladies, Jim. I've seen your game.
Yep.
And mine's as bad as
especially these days. I mean, it's tough to move around.
Final 45 seconds of the first half, 27-10. County with the ball, the advantage, and going to run some clock here. And this is something that Joey Thacker, he's really animated right now. He wants to get things moving. But this is what they're working on for next week's tournament. If you need to run clock, if you need to try to, kind of ice a game away and then attack at the last minute, this is what it's all about
This is practice right now for them. And they're running 3 up top, 2 below. The 2 below are supposed to switch on the baseline, keep moving. Constant movement down there. It's Aristia and also Sierra Newton, and he was not very happy with Newton to begin the play because she wasn't moving where she needed to be.
6 seconds, Frank White slashing, fouled, and will go to the line with 1.9 seconds left. He may not have liked how that set began, but Joey Thacker's got to be ecstatic. They ran off 45 seconds on that possession, and you get a layup with your senior going to with 1.9 seconds left.
With just a motion offense, with just moving in and out, 3 up top, 2 below, motion offense. You're able to run that time off the clock. And Glenn, you know as well as I do, the more players that you have offensively up the floor, into the backcourt, the more you have an opportunity to single out White and let her get to the free throw line or get an easy layup.
We'll go to the break. Joey Thacker, he's shaking his head a little bit, but that's just the coach in him, because I'll be honest, Franklin County has been dominant, and maybe even more than that phrase. They have been outstanding. Aristia with the 3. At the break, it's 28-10 Franklin County. They're 16 minutes from a district championship. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with your highlights in the second half right here on the Game of the Week.
A safe Frankfort with an improved quality of life. That's what we all want. In order to do that, the Frankfort Police Department is asking for your help in making sure all of our citizens have the sense of security we deserve. Neighborhood Watch, Home Security Surveys, Citizens Police Academy, and Vacation Watch are programs that have been designed to partner the community with law enforcement. We can work together to ensure the safety of all of our citizens. Get involved and help make Frankfort the best that it can be.
living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in your FPB cable service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit FPB online to learn more.
Hey, Pops. How's it going back home?
Well, you know, me and your mom, we're holding it all together.
All in. Sorry, Dad. I gotta run.
One more thing, son. I'm proud of you.
FPB is here for you. Broadband, cable, and local phone. Stay connected for life's special moments.
The Frankfort Convention Center, site of the 41st District Tournament Championship game here, Franklin County, Western Hills, and it is all Lady Flyers. Glenn Walter, Jim Tyree, whole crew. And Jim, when you go to the highlights, most of them are going to be in the team in white. Defense creates offense, and that's Franklin County basketball.
There are very few possessions Franklin County has had where they do not attack the rim. It's a simple recipe for success if you're Joey Thacker. Be aggressive, go right at it. In the first quarter, they got a couple of second chance opportunities. You put that on top of that transition game that we see here from Deja Kilbourne, three-point shooting from Anna Aristia, and then that Naileen White, Maleka Frank combination in transition. Too much for Western Hills to overcome tonight. It has been everything they've tried to do. There's a great shot of Naileen White going for the layup. Everything they've tried to do has worked for this Lady Flyers team.
It began a 17-0 start with Franklin County. Mackenzie Ritchie hit the three there. That was the first bucket of the game with 20 seconds left in the first quarter for Western Hills. It was a 19-3 first quarter. 28-10 is the score at the break. Franklin County is just 16 minutes away from a 41st District Championship. Both of these teams will be back on the floor next week in the 11th region, but somebody's going to cut down a net or two tonight and get a trophy, and it might just be the Lady Flyers unless something changes. They're up 18. We'll be back with the second half right here on the FPB Game of the Week.
When the Sealy factory's backed up with extra inventory, guess where they go to move it? Mattress and More. Right now during our Sealy closeout event, get limited quantity Sealy sets for pennies on the dollar. And when they're gone, they're gone. Special purchase pillow top queen sets, $2.99. Sealy with gel cooling foam queen sets, $3.97. And save over $800 on Sealy Plus Euro pillow top queen set, $4.98. Plus get up to 60 months interest free with free same-day delivery. Ends Monday at Mattress and More.
Second half set to get underway here in this wonderful basketball season we've had. We want to thank all our sponsors, of course, the Frankfurt Plant Board, David Tolles Tire Pros, and Mattress and More. We'll get to some of our other sponsors a little bit later in the telecast. We want to thank everyone for making it possible all year long, and we're not done. We've got this district championship, of course, the boys district championship also coming up, and the 11th region. All the teams that are playing locally in that 11th region, you'll see right here on FPB TV. So still some basketball to be played.
Just want to mention, good defense that time by Western Hills right out of the gate here in the second half. What they did, they collapsed on Frank once the entry pass came to her, and a couple of nice quick-handed moves after that. They're able to tie her up, and they get the possession on the possession arrow.
Switching man-to-man here from Franklin County, and they can change their look a lot. They can go 1-3-1. They can go 3-2. They can three-quarter court trap you. They can trap out of a 2-3. They can full court trap. And here just straight man-to-man, and Princess Stewart will pick up the foul. And something we've touched on a lot throughout the season, but we haven't talked about a lot tonight. When you look at these two teams, they are very young. Both teams extremely young. Naleen White, the only senior for Franklin County. And then, of course, there was Leachman, a senior for Western Hills. But everybody else out there, very, very young. White, the senior, picks up just her 5th point. But Franklin County has really spread it around. They have had 6 players hit the scoring column.
And, again, the aggressiveness to the rim, getting down the floor, getting ahead of the defense, and getting the easy layup.
Parrott on the drive, shot up, no good. Frank rebound, and then she's fouled. I think it's going to be Leachman who will get whistled for it.
When Franklin County will have problems or experience a hiccup in the regional tournament, it'll be a team that has the same game plan. You've always heard the old saying, a pressing team doesn't like to be pressed. Franklin County is one of those teams that's very aggressive in transition, and they don't like playing teams that are aggressive in transition.
The foul was on Leachman. It was her 3rd. Western Hills back in that zone. 3-point shot, Kilbourne too strong. Nice box out by Leachman, and the ball even actually hits the ground before she can chase it down. Richie
Coaches
pushing it up. They do love it. Oh, that old box out drill around the 3-point line is one of the worst ever playing in high school. Whew. You had to box out and let the ball hit the ground, and if you didn't, you had to run. If the other team got the rebound, it was a mess.
And I don't run. Oh, yeah.
Richie tripped up there going to the basket. And good sportsmanship. Should be helped up by Naleen White. But when you think about, we've talked about the youth. There's Richie. She's the leader, the point guard, very consistent. Only a sophomore.
Yeah, you got 6 sophomores on this team. Slade, Richie, McDonald, who has gotten some playing time, Jenna Herod, Taylor Vance. When that class is a senior class, imagine how good Buddy Ritchie's team is going to be at Western Hills.
Well, then you've got younger ones that play a lot in McDonald, Sutton, Roberts, Alexis True. I mean, Hortonberry. The only real upperclassman is Leachman. And the same can be said, 3 out of the corner, knocked down by Cook, who, by the way, is a freshman.
Flash to the corner that time. Great ball move. She got a screen to move out to the corner. Flash, and as soon as she turned around, the ball was waiting for her. She's caught it and got the shot.
And then plays a little defense, gets the steal, gets the layup, and the 2 points.
You said it earlier tonight, Glenn, when you were talking about Western Hills. Be ready to shoot when you have the basketball. When it comes to you, be set, be square, ready to put it up in the air. And that's what Cook was that time. Then got the bonus of the defensive play at the other end in the layup.
25-point lead, ball knocked away from Slade. She goes up, tough angle, but is fouled by Cook. But to give Franklin County some more love, and they deserve every bit of it. We've mentioned Naleen White, the only senior. Everybody else that really gets any playing time's a sophomore or younger on this team that's ranked 10th in the state.
A lot of these players have been playing with Joey Thacker since they were in 7th or 8th grade. Kilbourne, she was getting a lot of playing time 2 years ago. So was Frank. Frank's going to be so good. By the time she's a senior, can you imagine some of the high-level women's coaches that are going to be making their way through Frankfort, Kentucky?
I think there are already some D1 schools making their way in. Of course, Nayleen White getting some looks from some smaller schools, and she will get a chance to play at the next level, NAIA, Division II, maybe even small D1. This young lady right here is one that a lot of people want to come check out, Frank, who is so strong. But then you look at Stewart, Cook, and others, it's pretty impressive. That's going to be a foul on White as she knocks it away from Ritchie going to the basket.
Well, if Western Hills would have had as good a night tonight from the free throw line as they had in their first game, this may be about a 10 to 12-point game. Probably not something that was too daunting anyway.
Well, the issue has been they haven't been able to get in position to get shot attempts to draw the foul.
Well, when you are not able even to get the ball down low, most of the time they're getting to this third, the very beginning, right after the timeline. That's when they face most of their competition from the defense of Franklin County.
Ritchie with 5. Now some full court pressure from Western Hills. Kilborn to the basket. Good defense from Sutton.
She's done that all night. She really has. I think she's one of the better young players in the 41st District. She's going to be a good one before she leaves Western Hills.
And that's saying something if you think that with all the youth that are playing so well.
Defensively, she's one of the better players on the floor right now. Now, her offense could use some work, and she's got a lot of time to work on it. But defensively, she's got great instincts. I really like watching her play.
Ritchie will trigger the inbound, 35-13, 4:31 left in the third quarter. And just closing out beautifully defensively. Franklin County, they are just fundamentally so sound as a team. Slade, 3 balls short. Frank battled with it with Leachman and Sutton. Slade had it, lost it, and they'll say they'll keep it here. I think Slade thought it went off of her out of bounds the way her reaction was, but they'll say it went off Kilborn.
Slade just not having the kind of night in the second half. We thought, second half she got going the other night against Woodford. Maybe she'll have that same type of performance here where she can knock down a couple of early threes, get into a groove, and maybe have her team at least compete in the second half. She's not found that groove yet, and it's because of the defense.
Well, the defense and the length and athleticism of Franklin County is they just keep the pressure on.
Woodford never really got out and challenged the three-point shot of Western Hills, and Franklin County is so quick that they're able to get there about the time that the basketball does on the perimeter.
And Slade was a matchup problem because of that, because of her height. Nice take there, shot blocked on the attempt by True. But here, the length that closes out on her in Frank or Cook is tall or taller than Taylor is. So it really is, there is no, having her advantage on the perimeter here is not an advantage at all. It'll be a jump ball.
Jump ball, possession arrow to Franklin County.
Trying to get a little full court pressure, and it's broken easily. Frank, now they'll set it back up. Kilborn could have taken the shot, didn't. Nice patience here. 37-13. And we mentioned it in the first half. This is an opportunity. It's a lot of contact. Frank, no call. Look at White go inside, get the rebound, miss it.
And Sutton did both of those defensive stops. She stopped Frank's progression, then blocked on the second attempt.
Nice take by Alexis True for the hoop and the foul.
Another young lady with some good instincts. I think she's a very good ball handler and very aggressive to the rim. Nice angle on the shot, use the window. Watch her split the defenders. Very good job. Seen some from her this season too. Big improvement from her over last year.
And only a freshman. So, and then of course Frankfort High also very young here in town. So it should be a pretty entertaining next few years as Frank gets the bucket there. The seasoned sophomore.
Sutton doing what she can.
Now we're going to get a bench warning or a... I didn't see what happened. I think everybody's trying to figure it out.
They may have gotten Thacker for being too far out onto the floor. I'm not sure. He went over and sit down in a chair.
I'm going on record now. I want a microphone on him one game.
I don't think we'd be able to air very much.
I think it'd be outstanding. Slade's tripped up, and she will be fouled by Kilborn.
Not safe for work or family.
I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as you think. But he is a funny guy.
I think they got one of the players down on the Franklin County bench instead of Coach Thacker. Asia Leachman comes out a little emotional.
Shot
nice
up
shot.
and good.
Good ball movement, got around the defense.
Samantha Roberts.
Didn't allow Franklin County to come out and intimidate the shot. Was ready to shoot when she got the pass.
Look at that.
Somebody's got to stop the lane, stop the ball movement. If you allow Malika Frank to get to the rim that easily, she's going to burn you every time.
Richie shot up no good, but draws the foul.
It's just too easy for her to go right down one sideline, keep the momentum going. If you don't get in front of her and stop the ball, watch this. Nobody gets in front. By the time that Samantha Roberts tries, it's too late. She's already got the shot off.
Now, Western Hills is a tough-nosed bunch, so I'm not going to say them. But if it were me with the head of steam that Frank's out coming down the floor, I'm not getting in her way either. Richie missed a free throw, which is uncommon for this bunch. They've missed, by my count, 2 tonight. Twice as many as first round game.
Look at the spin move. She looks like a 4 or 5 year college player at this stage. The way she just is so calculated and everything. Spin move around the defense and an easy lane to the free throw.
That's
or
an
to
over
the
and back.
layup.
And there's a reason why a lot of Division I coaches will be coming into Frankfurt, already coming in, but even more as she progresses in her career. Only a sophomore, along with Kilborn and Stewart and Aristia and Cook. I mean, there's
she continues to play like that, and the I think the curve here is there's unlimited potential for Malika Frank. She continues on that kind of scale. I don't see how Matthew Mitchell can ignore that.
Well, I think there's a lot of coaches going to look at it, but when you look at the starting 5 and then Aristia off the bench, all 6, I don't think it's crazy to say they will all play college basketball at a very high level.
Very easily.
As they continue to progress.
Very easy to say that. I agree with you.
Good hustle there from both teams, and looks like maybe True shaking up a little bit as Frank went to get the ball and sort of got her on the back. It was all going for the ball, nothing malicious, but
you got to think the sky's the limit there. She's so good right now, but room for improvement. And
Roberts has 4. 43-21. Frank.
Been a little spark in this third quarter here.
Weaving her way through traffic. Of course, she is a lefty and gets back to that left hand and goes up strong, draws the foul.
Watch how many players she's able to weave through to navigate as she makes her way to the rim. She's makes a spin move on one, splits a defender somewhere else, and then is all of a sudden she's turning around and putting up a shot from about 6 feet, or maybe even a layup.
One thing Frank will need to work on a little bit. There's another look that you were asking for, Jim. Just change of direction, crossing up, back and forth.
There's 4 black jerseys trying to stop her progression, and they can't do it.
The one thing about her free throw is she makes that one is the ball gets back on her palm a little bit, and she shoots it with the elbow out a bit, and it messes with her trajectory just a bit with the arch, and she needs to work on that a little bit. That's nitpicking. She is something special.
I'm sure a coach somewhere will be able to help her with that.
Shot no good by Vance. Good hustle here, Princess Stewart and Samantha Roberts. 1 minute exactly left here in this third quarter.
To be honest with you, though, Glenn, let's go back to Western Hills for a second here. They were down, 21-3 at the end of one quarter.
At one time. Yeah, 21-3.
21-3.
19-3 at the break.
Since then, 44-21 now. They've played much better here in the last couple of quarters.
White strong to the basket, draws the foul. No, it's funny. I was about to make that same point. Down 17-0, down 19-3 at the end of the first quarter. Since then, it's been a pretty even ball game, as you were saying. But they put themselves in such a hole, and you've got to credit Franklin County. It was all their defense and just being physically in attack mode from the opening tip.
And you saw different defenses from Joey Thacker to start the game. He would be in a 1-3-1. He would be in a 2-3 with the guards coming out to trap. He would go man-to-man and trap sometimes even out of the man-to-man if you could get the ball isolated. So he showed a lot of different things to Western Hills, and you got to think that's just preparing for the next opponent.
It is, and then it also, when you've got such a young team like Western Hills with limited skilled ball handlers, it makes it even more difficult when you're facing a team that can come at you with so many waves and so much length and athleticism. Final 30 seconds here of this third quarter. Decent entry pass, but just Vance couldn't keep the defender on her hip long enough to make the catch. Way to run the floor, County. Aristea pass to Cook on the delayed little trailer play there, and that was beautiful.
So impressed with Aristea, and another deflection from Aristea. But she was able to recover. Cook's going to pop back up. She twisted her ankle a little
She got it kind of fallen on awkwardly, and here's another look at
Aristea. Watch her chase this down, stop, and then pass to the trailing Cook for the easy basket. When two defenders collapse on her, she didn't try to go to the basket.
That's going to be a block on Shelby McDonald, who's in the game.
She didn't try to go to the basket. She just found an open teammate. She was double teamed. She knew somebody was coming to bail her out.
First free throw knocked down, and Naylian White, we've talked about in the open. She's the senior who really makes them go. It starts with her defense. She can calm them down from the point guard role. She can score in transition. There, she's great at the free throw line. And this team from Franklin County is going to be very dangerous in the 11th Region Tournament. But they've got 8 more minutes of work left between that and the 41st District Championship. 49-21, the Flyers looking to get another trophy. And it's from great play like this. Aristea to Cook. Franklin County in a rout.
It's morning, a new day, and the road ahead stretches before you with endless possibilities. You could have an adventure, beat the bad guys, fall in love. Anything can happen. And because anything can happen, that's why there's Westfield Insurance.
Sturm Insurance, proudly representing Westfield in Frankfort.
Welcome back to the 41st District Tournament. It's been the pleasure all year to do these games, and we'll continue on through the 11th Region. And the FPB Game of the Week is brought to you by David Toll's Tire Pros and Furniture Liquidators.
This week's game's also brought to you in part by Classic Gold Master Jewelers. Art-carved class rings are available right here in town by Classic Gold Master Jewelers at 859 East Main Street. Also by Family Dental Center. We love to make you smile. And by the Frankfort Chamber of Commerce. Please buy local and support businesses that support our children's future.
I want to thank one of our other sponsors help making it possible all season long. This game's brought to you by Sturm Insurance, supporting Frankfort's future and local schools for over 30 years. Final 8 minutes here in this 41st District Tournament underway.
You know, you were talking about Naylian White being the only senior for this Franklin County squad. You got to think Joey Thacker already has in his mind who will be the replacement to be that leader, to be that point guard for this team next season.
I think you'll see Frank play the point. I think he will do that for a couple of reasons. One, she'll be a matchup nightmare. Well, she'll be a matchup nightmare, and she's so athletic. And then you add to the fact that for her to be the best player she can be at the next level, she's got to improve her ball handling and her outside shooting. So it's good for her. It's good for his team. And it'll give her 2 years. And look who's handling the point guard right now.
I don't like taking her too far away from the basket for too much of the game. Now, she's able to create, again, the situation you're in right now. This defense is probably not the best example. She's able to create against this defense, get to the free throw line. She's been getting layups all game long against probably somebody who's a little bit more of a test. You know, can Malika Frank be the point guard, and you're able to afford to take her away from underneath for as long as it's going to take for a point guard to be out there? I don't know if I do that.
I think that's where you'll see them go. She was handling the ball this last possession. I feel like for her it will be very good.
Any other situation, I'm with you. That lady right there made that deflection, though, I think has great instincts, good ball handling skills, may be a candidate that, who knows, you could see her at least back up Frank if that in fact does happen. Rebecca Cook could be somebody that does that. Deja Kilborn is somebody, I think, that handles the ball extremely well.
Shot by Slade short, chased down by Sutton, who double dribbles. But when you look at it, and of course you've also got Aristia, who will be back for 2 more years. You got Princess Stewart, and then some of these other youngsters over here. When you look on their bench, the 8th grade won the state championship this year at Elkhorn, which is of course the middle school for Franklin County. So you said it early in the game. They don't rebuild, they reload, and I have full trust in Joey Thacker that he's going to find somebody to run the point and get the most out of his team. Great shot up and in by Deja Kilborn. She has 6.
Flash through the lane and just basically put it up over the defender as you get to the other side of the lane. Almost like a running hook shot. Come off the glass and went through. Very nice job by Kilborn.
Ball knocked away from Sutton by Frank, and now out ahead, Naleen White. That's what they do. She plays aggressive at the point, and as soon as you mentioned earlier, the ball gets knocked away, she's gone.
When that ball got deflected, she didn't wait to see if her team recovered. She had turned, went down the floor. She was ahead of the timeline before Frank was even able to pick that ball up.
Here's where I wish Richie would have been ready to pull the trigger. She had a spot. Now Slade out of the corner hits her first 3 of the game. That's her first field goal of the game.
Turnover here. Joey Thacker is not happy with what White did on that series. Coaching her a little bit over there.
I don't know if we'll see Naleen again up 30 with 5.5 to play.
Good chance to get some experience. You're going to need some of the players on the floor right now to perform in the regional tournament. You're going to need them at some point so they get some very valuable experience. Players like Savannah Courtney or players like Sierra Newton
in there right now, absolutely.
Valuable experience against a team that can shoot very well from the outside. So,
entry pass to the high post. Shot gets a lot of rim, won't fall for Sutton.
I think you're going to see Franklin back it out a little bit, take some time off the clock. Buddy Ritchie will have to break out of the zone again and go man-to-man.
Wow. Left-hander takes it to the right, strong on the bounce, draws the foul.
Where was this in game 1? You know, she was not this strong in game 1. That is something that is probably going to have to change as well at the next level. You'll have to go game in, game out with the same type of performances. You're not going to be able to disappear. And
well, I absolutely agree. But you've got to realize when you're talking about kids, think about just up the road, University of Kentucky men's basketball team, all these youngsters. It's hard to have them make that effort that you want every minute of every game. And I think that's what you saw maybe out of Frank in the first round game. She just wasn't there. She didn't play as hard as they would like her to. She sat a lot, and I think maybe she might have learned her lesson because she has been a beast tonight. Look at that move.
Yeah.
And one.
Got around the defense. I thought Kimber Sutton played it as well as she could. She set up for the charge, but Frank, so quick, able to make her, watch you sidestep, whoop, you're gone. At that point, Sutton did everything she could. She tried to cut off the angle. She got set. She was straight up. But Frank's just so quick, you got to stop that ball movement before she gets that deep.
Good hustle from Princess Stewart. We'll go to Western Hills. Now Frank will take a seat. She's replaced by Kendall Talley, an 8th grader. Parrott on the drive, tough shot, won't go. Knocked out of bounds off the hands of Courtney, I think. Western Hills will inbound. Kayla Hortonberry will trigger it. Tried to get it inside to Slade, and now it's going to be a foul maybe on Kilborn. It is.
Maybe we've belabored the point that the youth of both of these teams, talking about that throughout the tournament, maybe we've really talked too much about it. But one other point I wanted to make was, how about the experience that Buddy Ritchie's team is getting by going into the regional tournament?
Absolutely.
You know, they're going as probably in all likelihood going to lose this game, and they'll go in as a district runner-up, which is a tough matchup. You're going to get, just by the nature of the draw, you're going to get a really tough team.
You're going to get a district champion.
Out
absolutely.
of the gate, so it's going to be tough. But how about the experience those young people are going to get against a very tough regional opponent? It's invaluable for this team, maybe making the move quicker than they thought they would.
Slade with the basket. And to extend that point a little bit, when you look at that, not only is it the experience you get in the regional tournament, you see what it's like. You can reflect back on that, but it's that extra week of practice again. It's the preparation. It's the excitement in the community because the tournament's here. It's invaluable for a young team going forward in the years to come, because they'll be in especially after softball season, they'll be in the weight rooms. They'll be going to team camp this summer. They'll be playing a lot of pickup. They're going to be getting ready, and you draw on that going into next season.
And there's no possibility that they will face Franklin County in their first region game.
Correct.
So they will get a district champion, yes, but they're probably not going to get somebody that is as good as who they're facing in this game tonight.
It could be a Lafayette. It could be a Scott County.
Absolutely. All good teams in their own right. I'm not taking anything away from them, but the fact that they are playing Franklin County tonight, very unlikely they'll get somebody that is tougher than what they're doing tonight here in this district championship game.
There are very few teams in the state tougher than this Franklin County squad. Cook knocks down the first and the second.
So if you want to look at bright spots, that's one you can take out of this. Big upset of Woodford County, and if they play like they did against Woodford County, I think they could beat any of those teams we talked about. Put it all together on one night, you find yourself in the second round.
Ball kicked. 2:51 left in this one. Another substitution, Josie Thacker into the game, replacing Rebecca Cook.
Think she's got a little pressure with that guy over there on the bench watching her as she's playing
Well,
tonight?
you know, both of these guys, I'm great friends with both of them, and I think they're both doing exceptional jobs coaching, both Joey Thacker and Buddy Ritchie. Both of them have the difficulty of coaching their daughter. And it's hard on the parents, but you're right. I think on the child, it's got to be difficult because, you know, when practice is over, everybody else gets to go home and say, well, that coach so-and-so, he's mean. I get to get away from him. And
you got to go eat dinner with
your coach. You got to ride home with him.
Coach.
You got to sit at home.
Right.
When he's watching game tape at home, hey, guess what? Hey, get in here just a minute. Let's look at this. Let me show you something.
Absolutely.
So, it's got to be tough. There's Buddy Ritchie and, of course, his staff. And there's his daughter, Mackenzie, coming by. And it'll be a quiet ride home tonight maybe, but I think when Buddy gets the opportunity to look back on what his team did against Woodford County and snapping the district losing streak of almost 4 years earlier in the season. Foul there on the putback attempt by Newton, but you snap that big, you know, streak and get that big rock off your back, and you know there's some dejection there, and it should hurt a little bit. But then you look and you come back and you win that big game here and win it in such a convincing fashion, going the line, and then you have to come play this guy, you know, and his team, and like I said, drawing on the experience. But I think when Joey Thacker looks back on this season, he's going to be one that if it doesn't end at Bowling Green, it might be a disappointment. Buddy Ritchie looking back on this, if it doesn't end you know, with the regional championship, it's still going to be a successful year for him. And that's the difference in where the programs are now. But really, Western Hills has done a great job. Franklin County has, you know, they're as good as advertised, and they're looking to go a little farther than the 11th region tournament.
And Buddy Ritchie can always look back and say, you know, hopefully that's when it all started.
Absolutely.
That's when it all came together. That's when it all started. And hope to build his program the way that Joey Thacker has built his at Franklin County. So
Asia Leachman will shoot the free throw. The senior knocks it down.
the only senior that's playing tonight. Now, there is one other senior, and as we saw the bench shot just a moment ago, you saw Becca Harrod, who has a knee injury. I think we did the game that she actually got hurt in earlier this season. So she's over there, a senior that you got to just mention real quick.
And Aristia with another bucket. And now people are getting fired up as coming into the game.
Amy Maloney comes in. We have her as 32, Glenn, or 31. She's wearing 32 tonight. There you see her on your screen.
Jenna Harrod takes a seat.
And they're it's natural as Western Hills, a little foul here on the loose ball.
But 2:06 left. It's a 30-point game. They're all still getting after it. It's great to see them play with this much effort.
And they're going to drop their head a little bit. It's natural to do that when you lose a game like this, and you were so up after the upset of Woodford County. They'll drop their head a little bit as they leave here tonight. But they can hold it back up knowing that their season's not over.
Right. And again, I think this was a huge hump to get over for Western Hills to win a game in the district tournament, to get to the 11th region, and anything from here is just building for the future. And for Franklin County, a 41st district tournament is just one of the goals that they've got. And I know Joey Thacker well, and I know his eyes are on the prize of getting to Diddle Arena at Western Kentucky University for the Girls Sweet 16. And this might be his best chance yet. He had a great team a few years ago with Andrea Howard and Chelsea Craig and others. But this bunch here is tough to handle, and they will be a difficult out in the 11th region tournament.
Fouls on 22, Savannah Courtney, her first.
Samantha Roberts will toe the line for 2. She has 4 points tonight. A junior.
And she'll be the only senior next year. Samantha Roberts. So that'll attest to the youth of this team of Western Hills.
(62-30). These two teams met twice this season. 58-24 in the first matchup, Franklin County, 71-34. So this one pretty much following that script that we'd seen the first 2 times this year. Of course, our basketball season for the ladies not over yet. We'll be here when both Western Hills and Franklin County play their 11th region games, and we'll come to every game they're playing in and bring it to you here at home.
Big shot by Tally. She went high off the board for that one, but went to the baseline first, then came back out to the middle of the lane. Tough move to make.
McDonald's 3 is good out of the corner.
Good ball movement that time by the youngsters on the floor right now. Got it around to the corner. Open 3.
So back to what we were talking about there a moment ago, Jim. The 11th region tournament played here. FUB TV will be here. So when Western Hills plays their first round game, you'll see it. Of course, come out and see it live. Support the event, support the local kids, support the local businesses and everyone that helps, all the volunteers and everyone down here at the Convention Center with Robin Antonucci and their bunch. It'll air on Saturday the 15th, apparently. So, just pull that out of the air. But we'll have the Western Hills first round game. We'll have the Franklin County first round game. If they win, we'll keep coming. And, of course, if the Franklin County boys are in the finals, whenever they play, we'll cover those games as well. 3-point shot up and off the mark. Rachel Pipes.
Roberts with the rebound and went right back up with it. Tell you what, she's shown a little bit here tonight.
Got 8 points.
Nice little offensive game, played some defense. She gets a little more, I think she needs to be a little more physical inside, but she'll definitely be somebody that has to be contended with.
Final 15 seconds here of this 41st district tournament. 66-35, the ball was tapped. And Franklin County is going to win another district championship. Congratulations to the Lady Flyers and the Western Hills Lady Wolverines as they'll both advance to the 11th region. And Joey Thacker will put another net and trophy in the case at Franklin County High School for the 41st District Tournament. We'll step away, come back, wrap it up with some highlights. The Lady Flyers are your 41st District Champion for 2014.
David Tolles is killing our service department. What's his secret?
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. David Tolles will be that man, better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. Would you take your car to anyone else? David Tolles Auto Pro on Duncan Road.
The 41st District Tournament is complete. On the girls' bracket, you can see there Franklin County, the 1 seed, came all the way out and did not disappoint. They get the win in the championship game here over Western Hills, 66-35. And an impressive win, and now time for the player of the game, brought to you by the Frankfort Plant Board, Our Youth, Our Community, FPB serving our Frankfort, and Malika Frank was dominant. The sophomore did it all, just defense, offense, rebounding. She deserved the accolade of the player of the game. And for Franklin County to achieve their goals, they need her, Jim, to play with this much energy every night. She brought it tonight.
And just put on a clinic. I mean, the way she was so dominant in the paint and 180 degrees from the way she played on the first night of the tournament. She may have, as you said, sat the bench a while, had a chance to reflect and go, I need to be out there on the floor and I need to step up my game. She did that tonight, did it in every way possible. She is going to be a great basketball player before all is said and done.
And some might say she's great right now. That's going to do it from the Frankfort Convention Center for the girls' 41st District Tournament. Congratulations to both teams as they advance to the 11th Region Tournament, which you'll see right here at the Frankfort Convention Center and right here on FPB TV. It's been a great year. It's not over yet, but we want to thank our sponsors, the Frankfort Plant Board, of course, for making this all possible. David Tolles Tire Pros, Furniture Liquidators, and Mattress and More. All of our other sponsors we certainly appreciate help getting this to you and making it all possible to highlight what these kids do. Jim Tyree, great year. We've got a little basketball left, so let's just keep on keeping on right to the 11th region.
Sounds good. I think we've got a great game in store.
That's going to do it. We'll see you for the regional tournament or maybe the boys' finals. You don't want to miss it all right here on FPB TV. For Jim Tyree and the entire crew, I'm Glenn Waterp saying good night and congratulations to the Franklin County Lady Flyers, the 2014 41st District Champion.